Alright guys, welcome to top 16 of the Reddit Championship Series. In this matchup, we're featuring a deck that I think is very interesting. It's Dunkoro on Prank-Kids Eldlich. Yeah, you heard that right. That is indeed a mix of Prank-Kids and Eldlich put together because, you know, Eldlich doesn't have a normal summon. So I think it's pretty unique, pretty interesting. And then we have ChaseCon, who is piloting one of the best decks of the format in Dragon Link, so I'm very curious how this matchup pans out, and I'm pretty sure Prank-Kids Eldlich is probably a deck that you guys do want to see, considering it is a top 16 matchup. So these players are just confirming that they don't need a judge for this matchup, and then we'll see Dunkoro actually win rock, paper, scissors, and I assume they will want to go first here. So it looks like that is the play for Dunkoro. Opening hand is pretty interesting. We see a Phantasme, Imperial Order, Ice Dragon's Prison, double Phantasme actually with a Golden Lord in hand. Looks like that's the end of their turn. We see ChaseCon has Quick Launch, which will most definitely be met with the order here. Phantasme, that wasn't live. We'll see the normal summon of Chamber here, which will add a copy of Tiding. That might be kind of a nuisance for Dunkoro to deal with here. So we'll see how he plays this out. The Chamber will be linked off here, going into the Striker Dragon. Let's see what the ad is. Oh, so of course it's Boost Sector Launch. What am I talking about? I'm out of it. It's really hot today in Toronto, so you know, I'm like sitting here sweating. We'll see ChaseCon activate Quick Launch, which will immediately be met with the Imperial Order. That is a very good card against Dragon Link, especially when they have like Warrior Legacy Guard Dragon, Boot Sector Launch, Dragon Ravine. It immediately shuts all of those cards off. So ChaseCon will just be forced to go into the battle phase here, swing with Striker Dragon for 1000, set down the Dragon Mate Tiding. So they do have one interruption. If I was Dunkoro here and I knew I had the Imperial Order, I probably would have used the Phantasme here because it could have potentially shut off a lot of things, especially if ChaseCon didn't have any extenders. So it is a shame that he held on to the two Phantasmes. I mean, he had two in hand. It was definitely worth, I think, in that scenario using it, especially since you know they will have access to the Tidying. So the Prank-Kids Fansies is the draw here, which is a very good draw, but considering we know the Tidying is there, that is very unfortunate. So the Tiding will bounce the Striker and the Fansies, and you know, if the Phantasme was summoned there, that would not have been an issue, and you could have discarded the Golden Lord, so that would have been really good as well. So another 700 will be taken here. I think Dunkoro should be fine because they do have the IDP set, and they don't have much to worry about here. So we'll see what ChaseCon's play of choices here. It looks like it will be the normal summon of Rocket Synchron. It looks like the best play here would be to extend and go into the Absoluter to special summon it. They can Synchro Summon here. It will be interesting to see what they go into. I assume they will go into the Chaos Dragon here. So the Chaos Dragon is the card of choice. Dunkoro has no way to interact with this card, unfortunately. Router will be Chain Link 2 in order to chain block it. Adding I believe a Tracer will be added here. So we'll see the Chaos Ruler Mill 5 hitting the Chaos Space, which could eventually come up to draw an extra card. We'll see the Starleech Safer get added here. Tidying is also a pretty nice mill because now you have two ways to get back Chamber. So not so bad at all. Gotta wonder if they're on a third copy of Tidying in this deck. So we'll see ChaseCon swing directly for 3k. And it looks like Dunkoro will choose to use the IDP here. Banishing the Chaos Ruler is not a bad choice at all. You could summon the... Oh no, the Brotar is still in hand. So it looks like he decides to banish the Absoluter from the graveyard. Gonna be interesting to see what the next line of play is here for ChaseCon. They do have plays, I believe. Let's just click next play here. That's going to be the end of the turn. They're going to pass on an empty board, knowing damn well that Dunkoro does have a Fansies in hand. That's a very interesting choice. Looks like they're going to be very reliant on this Phantasme here. So the Fansies will be normal summoned. Will be linked off into the Meow Meow here. Fansies will activate, able to special summon from the deck. We'll see what prank kids Dunkoro decides to go into here. So yeah, choosing to hold off on the Phantasme for now. We'll see the Lampsies get sent to the graveyard by the Fansies, bringing out the Dropsies from deck. These will definitely go into the Doodle Doo here. Doodle Doo will be activated here. Dropsies will be the Chain Link 2, and Phantasme will be chained as well. So we'll see what the draws are off of the Phantasme, because this could be very crucial for the rest of game 1. We're going to see RDMD and Nibiru. That is a very good card indeed. We're going to be putting back the Chamber. So that might indicate that we're not on a third copy of Tiding here. I don't have the deck list pulled up. So it looks like Dunkoro will summon out the Roxy's, searching a copy of Pranks here. Yikes, I don't think they can play around the nib here. That is quite unfortunate. That is one hell of a draw off Phantasme. And that just goes to show you how much value Phantasme actually has in this current format. Especially in a deck like Dragon Link, where if they can draw into the Nibiru, they have OTK potential on the follow-up turn if they can just end the opponent's turn. So yeah, we'll see what Dunkoro is able to do here. We'll see the Golden Lord be activated here, sending the Prank Kids field spell to the graveyard, targeting Phantasme, and undoubtedly this will be met with a negate. We see the Brotar in hand, and that card does hold value in the graveyard here. Yeah, I assume you really just have to keep the Phantasme on board here. So Phantasme will be chained in retaliation. We'll see probably the Brotar get sent here. Yeah, Brotar is the card of choice to pitch for the Phantasme. The question is here, does Dunkoro get rid of the Imperial Order or do they hold it? So we'll see those get linked off here. Going into another copy of Doodle Doo, Roxy's will activate. I assume we'll banish one copy of Phantasme here. Torrential Tribute is a pretty good draw. The Lampsies will come out here. We'll see what the follow-up is here. Oh, it looks like Chasegon was thinking on the summon and will activate the Nibiru here, tributing the Phantasme, Doodle, and the Lampsies. That is pretty harsh, and Dunkoro doesn't really have much unless they choose to get rid of the Imperial Order, and I don't know if I like that decision if they do go that route. I mean, the Eldlich is a good body to keep on board since it would be 3,500, but I don't know if you want to keep it in attack mode. But then again, Torrential with an Eldlich that can't be destroyed is pretty good. However, I do like the Imperial Order keeping the boot sector irrelevant here because, okay, so it looks like Dunkoro will go for the Golden Lord effect in the graveyard. We do see that there is a Rocket Synchron in the graveyard and a Rocket Tracer in hand. So the boot sector would be live here now. And the Rocket Tracer is also public knowledge. So we'll go into the battle phase here, swinging over the Nib. It's absolutely crucial to clear this off the field because otherwise that's just an extra body on board that can be linked off, that can be used to deal extra damage. Brotar effect will be activated in the graveyard here. That's very unfortunate for Dunkoro. That's not something you like to see. We'll see the Brotar most likely targeting itself here, pitching the Tracer to the graveyard, and with Boot Sector being live, thanks to the Imperial Order being sent off the Golden Lord here. Ooh, adding the Levianeer, so it looks like maybe if we go for the Pop 2 effect that the Torrential Tribute won't be all that live here. We'll see the token linked off for a Link Spider, and I guess that will be just to get an effect monster on board. Dunkoro here will go into the Verte Anaconda. Now that's a choice I like. We'll see the Verte effect activate here. Ooh, actually, I don't know if I like that. It puts them at 3,900, which is kind of dangerous here. Oh, and there, it's not even for Dragoon. Right, yeah. I don't know how much I like that at all. So, yeah, we do get the Battle Butler here. But if ChaseCon just decides to go for the Levianeer, the Battle Butler won't be that important. And undoubtedly, we will be popping the set card here. Sure, we have the Phantasme here, and most likely it will get used, but yeah, I don't know if I like that because, well, I don't know. It's a really tough choice. I'm not gonna lie. But the Golden Lord that wouldn't be able to get destroyed by card effects is kind of, kind of tempting to keep around with Torrential Tribute. It is a very good combination of cards. We'll see the Triple Tactics Talent be the top deck for ChaseCon. That is a very strong card. Unfortunately, Dunkoro only drew the IDP off of the pranks, so they wouldn't be able to set it, and that would be a very nice card to keep around, because that way, even with the Battle Butler and the Levianeer popping something, like, at least you still have one form of interruption remaining. So yeah, that's very unfortunate there. Hopefully Dunkoro's Phantasme can be as good as Chase's. We'll see what happens. So yeah, the Levianeer will come out here. Unfortunately, it is a non-targeting pop too. There's no reason not to chain the Battle Butler here. So yeah, those will get popped. The Levianeer will resolve here. I assume the Battle Butler and the Face Down will go, because those are the only things you really have to worry about in this situation. So those will be the cards of choice for ChaseCon. We'll see the Battle Butler bring back the Doodle here. But unfortunately, that just doesn't do much. We'll see the Tactics activate here to look. Ooh. Yeah, I assume they shuffle back the Phantasme here. And then all they have to worry about is dealing 3,900 damage. And honestly, with Boot Sector, yeah, they should be able to walk away with this one. So Boot Sector will be activated here. They'll be able to reborn both of the Rocky monsters in the graveyard. So the Tracer... Oh, no, just one. Isn't it... up to the difference, so I'm pretty sure you could have summoned two if I'm not mistaken. But I guess they have something else in mind. So yeah, the normal summon of Safer here, Safer will activate, adding a White Dragon Wyver Buster to hand. So yeah, this is more than likely going to be game here. The Tiding will bring back the Chamber. Yeah, they just have a lot of ways to extend here, and undoubtedly they will find a way to deal 3,900. This is not a lot of life points to play with. Especially considering all you're sitting on is a Verta and a Doodle. Yeah, this should be game. So the Wyver Buster will come out here. We'll see what they go for next. They're going to link off the two dragons here, going into a Romulus. Rom and Wyver Buster will be activated here. So we'll get two cards. We'll get the Collapse Serpent, and we'll get the Ravine here. If I was Dunkoro, I would just scoop it up here. The Tracer will activate, locking us into Dark Monsters now, popping the Boot Sector launch, bringing out the Recharger here. We'll be able to link off into the LP. We'll also probably link off the Tracer here as well. I assume into the Pisty. Oh no, going into a Striker Dragon. So the LP will activate here. We can bring back just about anything at this point, and we have the RDMD in hand. So we're gonna summon the Nocturnal Vision from the deck, which is very nice because now we get to get another draw. And I don't know why Dunkoro doesn't just scoop it up here. We'll see the Boral Sword come out here. Nocturnal will draw Ash Blossom. What are these draws off of the effects? These are insane. The Ash Blossom is a very good draw. We'll see the Striker get activated here. We see the RDMD in hand. We see the Collapse Serpent here. Yeah, Dunkoro is going to scoop it up. There's absolutely nothing they could have done there. That is very unfortunate. The Tactics was just way, way too clutch there. I feel like Tactics is sometimes just such an underrated card. It has so much utility. You can take something like a Dragoon and you can pop the rest of your opponent's board. It's just crazy. There's so much you can do with it. You can look at your opponent's hand if they already used one hand trap, and you can get rid of any other problematic cards or any like mandatory or not mandatory, like any extender that they crucially need in order to play on the following turn. It's just such a good card. There's so much you can do with it, not only just drawing off it. So yeah, we saw just how good Tactic is in that game. Both players will finish up siding here. We'll see Dunkoro opt to go first yet again, and hopefully we'll see a much better turn out of them this time. We see a Lampseas, Called by the Grave, Eldland. We'll see a Place get activated here, and we see a Conquistador in hand. This is very, very good. Unfortunately, there is a Cosmic Cycle in here, but We'll see how relevant it is here. But yeah, Chase's hand, not bad whatsoever. We see an Ash Blossom for a possible interruption on the Prank-Kids normal summon here. So we'll see the Roxy's, we'll see the Meow Meow come out here. And you just have to Ash Blossom here. Yep, so they do choose to Ash Blossom. Oh yeah, but they do have Call by the Grave, so, you know, sometimes you draw the one-ofs. Sometimes that's just Yu-Gi-Oh for you. So we'll see the Lampsies banish off the Roxy's, drawing into the Golden Lord. That's a very good draw. We'll see the Fansies come out here. So we'll be able to full combo here in terms of Prank-Kids. And we do have a setup with the Eldlich cards as well. Pretty nice. So we'll see the Doodle and the Fansies. We'll see what the Fansies sends here. Sending a Lampsies yet again. Bringing out the Dropsies. Adding the Pranks to hand. So we will be getting another draw in the end phase, it looks like here. We'll see the Doodle activate here, tributing itself. Adding the Roxy's and the Lampsies to hand. So the Pranks will be activated here. Discarding the Lampsies, getting us a token. We'll be able to go into more link plays here. So the fire token, I believe it's a fire token, pyro token. Yeah, so yeah, fire, pyro token, whatever. We'll see them linked off into the Doodle. We'll see the Dropsies get activated here as well, putting down Coral at 9,000 life points. We'll see what they bring out here. We'll see another copy of Fansies. I assume they'll start going into their Eldlich plays very soon. We'll see those get linked off. Going into the Verte Anaconda. So this will send... Oh, I guess not yet. It looks like we're going to see the Eldlich plays now. The Eldon will be activated here. Basically free because we did gain 1,000 off of the Dropsies. Quaquero will be added to hand. Lord will be activated as well. I assume we get rid of the Eldland here so we can send a card to the graveyard. It's very, very nice here. Looks like the Verte Anaconda will be activated. We'll send the Thunder Dragon Fusion, which will get us a copy of Butler. Looks like we have a fair bit of interruption going on here. So yeah, the Butler will come out here. The Prank-Kids place will activate here. I believe this was, the Fusion is boosting, right? Yeah. So this boosts it to 3,500 attack. It's in defense. I assume we're playing around a Lightning Storm here. End phase, we'll see the Quaquero get activated, setting a copy of Scarlet. So yeah, this won't be as important because we know that Chase has the Cosmic Cyclone in hand. End phase, we'll see if we can draw a hand trap off of the Pranks here. That would be very nice. We draw a Solemn Strike, which, you know, is not bad. It's a good follow-up. We'll see what ChaseCon draws for turn here. They're going to draw into the Nibiru, which is just one turn too damn late. That is very unfortunate for them. We'll see if they can play through this. We know they can play through the Conquistador. But we'll see if they can get rid of the Battle Butler here or play through 2 pops. Honestly, I don't think they'll be able to. Yeah, they just have a normal summon and that's it. It depends if Dunkoro will choose to use it on the safer here. Normal summon is fine, which is very interesting because now they can potentially gain an extender. So we're going to see the safer get activated here, sending another copy of safer to the graveyard. This will undoubtedly resolve because there's nothing we have that can negate an effect. So they'll add the Collapse Serpent to hand. That's very unfortunate here. We're going to see the safer linked off. Going to the Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon will add us a Boot Sector launch here. Yeah, the normal summon maybe should have Raigeki'd it, but I mean, then again, Dragon Link is a very scary deck to play against because they do have a lot of extenders. So Dunkoro just holding his 2 Raigekis here for the best possible time to use it. We're going to go for the Collapse Serpent here. I mean, I don't know if you use it here. That's fine, yeah, because even if this gets sent to the graveyard, it will still add the Wyvern Buster, so probably not a good time to use it there. We'll see the Romulus come out here. So yeah, we'll see Chase Con add 2 more cards to their hand. We'll see the Ravine and the Wyver Buster added here. The Ravine will be activated here. It'll be interesting to see what we pitch. Definitely not the Cosmic Cyclone. Yeah, it looks like Tracer was the choice to pitch here. Everything else, you kind of just want to hold in your hand. So, we'll see the Ravine sending the Brotar. Oof. Yeah, Chase Con is playing through this pretty well. There's a very good reason that they made it this far in the RCS2 top 16. So, I shouldn't be too surprised that they are handling this situation very well. We're going to see the Boot Sector come out here, bringing out the Tracer. And I believe that's the only target they have in the graveyard. Yep. They're just thinking here. Dunkoro is probably holding off until they see the Wyver Buster, because at that point there's just 2 unknown cards in hand, and you do have a second Raigeki since the Meow Meow is in the graveyard. See the Tracer activate here, targeting the Romulus, it seems like. Special summoning out the Recharger from deck. Dunkoro is thinking here. So now would be a good time to Raigeki. You avoid the Synchro Summon here because you have no effect negation. Brotar will be able to activate here as well. Ooh. So we'll see what happens here. I assume... Oh? Well, we'll see the Conquistador activated here. Oh, that's right. This does have to remain on the field. So the Cosmic Cyclone will undoubtedly be chained here. Do we see Butler chained as Chainlink 5? Be interesting to see. It's definitely worth a think here. It's most definitely the play as well. Did they send for cost for the Brotar yet? Does it send for cost? Oh no, it does not. It's very interesting. Yeah, I think you kind of have to. You know, Wyver Buster is one of the cards in hand. One is unknown. It's just a matter of, is that one unknown going to be able to break the rest of your board? So it looks like the Butler will be activated here. And that is the correct play. Of course, Dunkoro has no way of knowing that because there's only one unknown in hand. We'll see the Golden Lord get special summon here from the graveyard. Oh yeah, so you still do have to discard for the Brotar. It has to resolve as much as possible. Oh, so what do you send here? Yeah, you have to keep the Nibiru, but you might still be kind of dead in this situation. We see the Torrential being the top deck. We see a Prank-Kids Roxy's in hand. Ooh, and the Thunder Dragon Fusion is in the graveyard as well. So as long as Dunkoro plays around the Nibiru here, they should be completely fine. But either way, Chase Con would be top decking because, I mean, they do have the Boot Sector, but we'll see what happens. This game should be in Dunkoro's favor here as long as they play around the Nibiru. So we'll see the Meow Meow get summoned here. The Roxy's will be the card sent to the graveyard, activating its effect, banishing the Fansies, drawing into the play, special summoning the Dropsies. So that is now what? 3 summons, I believe. So we can literally go into anything here. We'll see the Doodle come out here. Ooh, the Dropsies will be activated. That will be the 5th summon here. So looks like we opted to not play around the Nibiru. Do you hold the Nip for a bit longer or do you do it here? Looks like they will be linking off into a Unicorn here, which is co-linked. Chase Con did say before Dunkoro went into the Unicorn. Yeah, so Dunkoro did play that a little fast, so it's only fair if they do rewind the situation. Yeah, so the place will go back to hand. It's unfortunate that Dunkoro had to reveal like some extra deck information and some hand information. But this is definitely the time to Nibiru, I would imagine. So the Nib will be activated here, getting rid of the Verte, Doodle, Lampsies, and the Golden Lord. So that is a pretty beefy token. It's going to be on 3,300 defense and a crap ton of attack. Yeah, that is a pretty big token. I thought it'd be on more attack, to be honest, but yeah, it's only on 55. Is it only on 55? This in Lord is 45. No, it's on 65, but yeah. Anyways, so we'll see the Scarlet activated here, setting the Conquistador. We still have the Golden Lord, which will probably run over the Nibiru here. It is unfortunate that Dunkoro couldn't game under Nibiru. That was a bit of a greedy play, especially since you have the strike there. So see, the dropsies get added from the place. The normal summon was already used, so yeah, our only choice here is to run over the Nibiru. But considering what Dunkoro has in their hand, ChaseCon isn't playing through this. We have a Conquistador and a Strike and a Torrential. This game is absolutely over. So we will be seeing a game number 3. I guess ChaseCon just wants to see what they top, but honestly, it doesn't matter at all. The Nibiru is the top deck. So it looks like we're seeing some pretty insane cards off of the draws here from the Phantasme, from the Pranks, from the Nocturnal Vision as well. Earlier on, we saw the Ash. So yeah, ChaseCon will concede here. We'll see a game number 3. Pretty exciting game between one very interesting deck that we don't see a lot of people pilot. I do believe there was an extravaganza or something where somebody did see success with Prank-Kids Eldlich. But yeah, very interesting deck. Surprised more people aren't on it because I've been seeing some pretty good results from people who have been piloting this deck. So we'll see how game number 3 goes. ChaseCon will be able to go first. That's exactly what they want to do. Hopefully Dunkoro does draw into some sort of interruption, into some sort of playable card, so they are able to also play the game. We'll see what happens. Will ChaseCon be able to full combo here? Who knows? So for the opening hands, we will see World Legacy, Guard Dragon, Tracer, Boot Sector, Wyver Buster, and RDMD. Dunkoro does have the Nibiru in hand, Pranks, Order, IDP, and Solemn Strike. This is most definitely a better going first hand. Unfortunately, no play starters here, which is hard to believe. So ChaseCon will go into the Striker Dragon here off the normal summoned Rocket Tracer. The Guard Dragon will bring back the Tracer here. I believe they do have enough to play through a Nibiru here. I mean, yeah, as Dunkoro, you wouldn't want your opponent to open up with Wyver Buster and the RDMD here. So we'll see these two get linked off here. Going into the Horatic Seal, which does play around the Nibiru. We'll see the Wyver Buster come out here. This can go into anything. Like literally any of the dragons. We'll see the LP come out here. We do have the Guard Dragon, which will be able to move the LP here. So we will be able to summon from the deck. We'll see the Collapse Serpent get added here as well. The question is, when do you nib? Because regardless, they will be able to get the Chamber out from deck and get a copy of Tiding. So we'll see if they go for the Nocturnal Vision here play again in order to get a draw. Not sure if they will. So they go for the Chamber here, which is interesting. Adding the Tiding to hand. I mean, I guess you just can't assume that your opponent has the Nibiru. Maybe you do just hold it off there. So we'll see the Chamber get linked off. Going into a copy of Pisty. Pisty will be activated here. Dunkoro will allow it, knowing that they have the Collapse Serpent and the Boot Sector in hand. So the Tracer will come out from the graveyard. Was it the graveyard or was it the Banish? I believe it was the graveyard. So we'll see these get linked off here. Going into the Romulus, which will add the Ravine. So yeah, Dunkoro does have some flexibility here until... I mean, well, yeah, Boros Savage still has to activate in order to equip itself. So Dunkoro can hold the Nibiru for a decently long time here. ChaseCon just was viewing their graveyard here, thinking of what their next play is. It looks like the Tracer will target the Romulus here. Probably special summon the Recharger. Do we go into the Chaos Dragon play here? I think that would be a very good one. So it looks like we decided to go into the Boros Savage instead, which will be met with the Nibiru. Because if that resolves, then Nibiru is just completely dead in hand. So that is the only time we're going to be able to Nibiru here. The token will come out here. Will be in the middle zone. Seal will activate here. There's a lot of cards that we can special summon here off the seal. We'll see what Chase-Con decides to go for. It's just a question of, do they go for the Nocto Vision here? Which, I mean, you do have an extender. You can go into another Link monster, so it might be the play. Net yourself another draw. We'll see what they go for. They'll go for the safer, which is the safer play. Haha, puns, get them? So the safer will activate here. We'll see the Rocket Tracer get added to hand. I assume just so we can special it off the Boot Sector later. Boot Sector will be activated here. Special summoning the Tracer from hand. I believe we already used the Tracer effect if I'm not mistaken. I could be forgetting though. Yeah, so the Tracer was declared earlier on. We'll see the Collapse Serpent come out here. So hopefully Chase-Con remembers they are locked into Dark Extra Deck monsters this turn. We're going to the Chaos Ruler here. Chaos Ruler will activate, hitting some very good cards. Hitting the Absolouter, the Rocket Synchron, the Levianeer, and the Chaos Space. Pretty nutty mills there, not gonna lie. We'll see the Rocket Synchron be the card of choice to get added to hand here. Router will activate as well, adding another Rocket Synchron. So the safer will get banished here, adding the Levianeer from the graveyard to the hand. And it looks like we are going to take, not a peek, but we will shuffle one random card from our opponent's hand. We'll see what that card is. It looks like it will be the IDP. Unfortunate that it wasn't. Actually, was it unfortunate that it wasn't the pranks? Maybe. No, yeah, it's unfortunate that it wasn't the pranks in the situation. But I guess having Order and Strike still isn't the worst. We'll see the Chaos Space get activated here. We'll see what the top deck is here. It will be an Imperial Order. Wow, so both players on Imperial Order still. This is very, very powerful against Prank Kids. It would suck if Dunkoro draws place for turn. That would be absolutely brutal. And I mean, considering that Chase has basically played through their entire combo here, their spell cards won't be that important here, especially if Dunkoro won't be able to play. So we'll see the RDMD come out here, specialing the Rocket Synchron from the hand. We'll probably see these go into the level 9 here, the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Ooh, I don't know how Dunkoro will be able to deal with this. It's gonna come down to the top deck. So the Hiding and the Order will be set. Yeah, this just looks like way too much to play through. I'm not sure if they'll be able to. The Ash Blossom is probably not the card that you want to see at this point. We'll go into the battle phase here. Swinging into the RDMD. Maybe trying to bait out the Tidying here. No, that'll be just fine. We'll see the Nibiru run it over. Just deal a measly 200 points of damage. And I'm kind of worried that this might be the end of the game here. The IDP remaining in hand would have been very, very good here. Unfortunately, that's just not happening. We have the Chaos Roar in the graveyard still. Yeah, this one's not looking too good for Dunkoro. We'll see the anti-spell get drawn off the top. So that won't be a very good draw. But Chase-Con does still have a way to play the game, so it should be fine. Just thinking here. See what they go for here. I'm just going to keep clicking next play until they do something. Yeah, so they've been thinking for 2 minutes. Thankfully, I've been clicking next play. Boot Sector will be activated here. The Imperial Order will be chained in retaliation. Yeah, going second, keeping Imperial Order is an interesting choice. But it looks like it did come up decently important here. We'll see the Rocket Synchron get normal summoned. We'll see it linked off into the Striker Dragon. Striker will activate on Recharger. And then we'll see the Recharger effect in the hand in order to special summon the RDMD. RDMD will activate here. That will be completely fine. Bringing out the Savage. The token will go into attack mode. And, ooh. Yeah, maybe we should have striked the RDMD there. We're just going to go into the battle phase. And that is game. Chase-Con will win against Prank-Kids Eldlich. That was a very good game. Games 1 and Game 2 were very interesting. Unfortunately, Game 3 wasn't all that amazing. It was kind of more of a one-sided duel. But overall, it was nice to see what Prank-Kids Eldlich was capable of doing. I hope you guys enjoyed that duel. The round 8 future match will be coming out soon. If you guys want to stay tuned for that, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Bear signing off. Peace, guys.